another Hannah Montana video. This is like what, the sixth time I talked about Hannah Montana? It's almost like I'm obsessed. Now, last month, Disney announced on Twitter that they would marathon all seasons of Hannah Montana in December. What a Christmas miracle. Now, for some reason, that got people to speculate if whether or not Disney would reboot the franchise. Like, what? Guys, what are you doing? You do know that giving that topic attention, you motivate Disney to plan on rebooting the show while it's still hot. Heck, it's probably their plan. Is that what you want? Look, I like Hannah Montana. I'm capable of watching that show as a guilty pleasure, but that was a really stupid show. And it's a stupid show that should remain stupid at its own and not spread its stupidity any more than it already has by inspiring other stupid shows. And we all know reboots are rarely better than the original. Do you really want to see a lesser version of Hannah Montana, if that's even possible? I mean, not even the stars of the show want to come back. Miley Cyrus trashes that show. Billy Ray Cyrus hated his experience. The only person who wants to come back is Jason Earls, which is kind of ironic because he's the last person that wants to return. So come on, guys. Let's not bring up the reboot. Anyway, let's review I Want You to Want Me to Go to Florida. What? What kind of title is this? That delay wasn't unintentional, by the way. The title, for some reason, has reticence. Must be a reference of something I'm not getting. Anyway, this episode might be the best example for why you shouldn't reboot Hannah Montana. This episode is so bad that I ended up kind of liking it for being bad. If this episode didn't have laugh tracks, this would be the funniest episode of the franchise. Now, Hannah Montana usually handles the morals right, but this episode screwed up badly. The episode starts with a weird girl singing a really cheesy song in a really cheap talk show, and apparently Hannah Montana is also a guest in that talk show. So I'm supposed to believe that a teen pop sensation managed to be a guest in this clearly low-budget show? Like, there's not even an audience, well, besides the laugh tracks. Anyway, after the host left for a bathroom break, the weird girl starts trashing Hannah Montana, and Hannah trashes her back.
Your music is stupid. Your outfits make me want to puke on them, but it looks like somebody already did.
This is a commercial break, but that doesn't mean that no one's looking at you too. The manager of the weird girl, which is played by Melinda's friend in Ghost Whisperer, starts trashing Hannah too. Are you freaking kidding me? You are the manager. You're supposed to make sure their client doesn't screw up, and you're helping her screwing up. Let's assume that there's actually an audience. What would the reaction be after watching you people? Also, what about the people working at the set? They can be gossipy too. You incompetent manager. Then Robbie Ray shows up and joins the trash talk. Oh my god, where am I? Anyway, later at home, the manager of the weird girl demands Robbie Ray to open up a dressing room for the weird girl instead of sharing with others. And her approach is freaking awful.
You and your kinfolk. My client didn't grow up in a barn, and we're expecting our own dressing room.
Wow, she is clearly an awful manager. Now Miley is discussing clothes, I think.
What about the one you bought at the place next to the place that we went that one time?
No, that's too.
Yeah, you're right. Plus, when you wear that, you have to wear
I know, and I hate those.
Who doesn't?
What about the one that I bought after the one that I bought at the place next to the place?
Oh, you mean the one that goes with the shoes with the things? I love that one.
Me too.
Daddy, do you even know what we're talking about?
Then stop being so cryptic. Later, Robbie Ray is challenged by Jackson to lift a few weights, and then something goes wrong and he gets injured. Now his back and legs are broken, and there's no way for him to accompany Miley to Chicago, where she will be singing in a concert and compete against the weird girl, I think. So then they call Roxy to fix Robbie Ray. Okay, why don't you just call a chiropractor? What is a bodyguard going to do to help him? So her plan is to strap him into what seems to be a gym equipment and roll it. Okay, I'm not an expert at this, but how the heck is rolling his entire body going to fix the different parts of his body that are broken? This exercise is not focusing on the main areas of pain, it's just rolling the entire body. If anything happens to him, well, besides throwing up, will not just affect the part of his body that hurt, it will affect his entire body simultaneously. US Navy my butt. Now Robbie Ray can barely walk, and he's settled on not going to Chicago. Miley suggests to go to Roxy, but Robbie Ray refuses, saying that she's not going anywhere as long as he's not there, because she's not ready. Miley gets furious, and it leads to some of the most cliche dialogues ever.
That's not fair!
I don't have to be fair. I'm the dad, and I'm not letting you go.
Why are you treating me like such a baby?
Because you're acting like one.
How about 3? I hate you!
Miley! Miley Ray!
Oh my god, you can't be serious. Someone actually thought it would be a great idea to add that obnoxious laugh track after we went through that serious moment of Robbie Ray and Miley fighting. Then, after that obnoxious laugh track, Jackson asks if he's now Robbie Ray's favorite son.
Does this mean I'm your favorite kid now?
You prick. Couldn't you find a better time to ask that anytime except after Miley told him that she hated him? Let's address that. Did Miley really just told her father that she hated him just because he grounded her from going to the concert? I know teenagers can overreact when their parents forbid them from doing something, but she has gone to concert a bunch of times. Is it really that much of a tragedy that she will miss one to the point of telling her father to his face that she hated him? Someone who has been allowing her to follow her dreams for 5 years.
I have never said anything like that to my dad before, but he wasn't making any sense. And
Actually, it does. Regardless of how responsible you think you are still 14. Not to mention, you're someone who has to deal with both your normal life and pop star life, which can't be a walk in the park. I'm not saying I agree with him canceling a concert attendance just because he broke a few parts of his body, but it's reasonable that he wouldn't want you to go to Chicago with him.
I hate him for making me say I hate him.
Are you sure you're the main character? Later, the weird girl calls Miley. I'm hoping through her business number, because then I would be asking why Miley gave away her personal number to someone she dislikes and barely knows. The weird girl calls Miley, I mean Hannah, to taunt her. Then Hannah, I mean Miley, decides to disobey her father's orders and go to Chicago without him. So now we know the only reason why she desperately wants to go to Chicago is because of the weird girl. So Miley told her dad that she hated him because she wouldn't get the chance to win a petty competition against the weird girl, someone she barely knows. What a main character. Have I mentioned she's portrayed as the good kid? Anyway, after Robbie Ray found out that Miley went to the airport without him, he quickly heads there. Oh look, he can walk. We cut to the scene where Miley is at the airplane with Roxy, which I guess she lied to. Wait, doesn't she still need permission from her guardian to fly anywhere? Wait, why is she flying as Miley Stewart? Aren't you supposed to go to Chicago as Hannah Montana? Oh look, Robbie Ray can walk perfectly. What a strange speed of recovery. I think he can accompany Miley now that he's improved. Like, I think the doctor that took care of Robbie Ray should have predicted that, and he would be fine after a few hours. Unless they didn't see a doctor, then Robbie Ray was too quick to assume that he wouldn't be able to accompany her. Great, now I don't know what side to choose. Miley tries to hide from her father by disguising as an old lady, thinking that she will fool a grown man with that. Maybe you're not ready to go to Chicago alone. So the receptionist announces that the doors are going to be closed and they can't leave the airplane.
Miley Stewart, I have never been so disappointed in you.
Finally, hey, Miley starts feeling guilty. Maybe this episode can be good. Yeah, no, you wouldn't think it would be possible, but this episode found a way to screw things up again. Later, Jackson starts blaming Robbie Ray that they ended up in the situation they are now, saying that Robbie Ray was guilty of not letting Miley go. Okay, I wouldn't say it was Robbie Ray's fault that Miley booked a flight to Chicago without his permission, but there's something true in what he said. Although I still wouldn't say that he was a bad guy. Robbie Ray decided to talk with Miley, and so did she.
Daddy, when I said I hated you, I was just...
I know.
Robbie Ray, what are you doing? Let her finish. She's not gonna have a chance to apologize, is she? So Robbie Ray starts singing a lame song about him not letting go Miley. While he does, it plays a montage I'm pretty sure was done with Windows Movie Maker. Do you know what's the funniest part about this montage? They actually use real photos. You see, the actors that play Robbie Ray and Miley are father and daughter in real life, so all they had to do was scan a few old pictures, import a video of them, acquire the rights for them, organize them, and edit a montage with Movie Maker. No film professional effort was put into this scene. This has got to be the cheapest 45 seconds of sitcom history, and that's saying something. Now here's the rotten side of the episode. Robbie Ray decides to let Miley go to Chicago with Roxy, and he'll stop at Danford to go home. Okay, first of all, you can walk, and you are improving at a fast rate, and you're already at the airplane. Just go with her already. Secondly, do you have any idea what you just done? Not you, Robbie Ray. I mean the writers. Miley throughout the entire episode has been a spoiled brat, and yet she gets what she wanted at the end. They are treating Robbie Ray like the bad guy. Miley screamed at her dad, told that she hated him, disobeyed his orders, lied to Roxy, didn't get to apologize, and Robbie Ray is the bad guy. All Robbie Ray is guilty of is being a concerned father. Ali has been a brat who only seemed to care about winning a petty competition against the weird girl. Don't get me wrong, it was cool that Robbie Ray was capable of admitting that he was being a little too overprotective, but I want to see her apology. I don't even want to bother talking about the message it might send to kids. So this is I Want You to Want Me to Go to Chicago. Do I recommend this to kids? Absolutely not. However, if you can handle overused laugh tracks, I definitely recommend you watch this as a so bad it's good episode because I never thought so much could be wrong in 22 minutes. Anyway, subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye for now.
I didn't wanna listen to what you were saying.